What's going on, you guys? My name is Ekway, and I'm here to give you guys this ultimate self-improvement guide. So if you guys are new here, go ahead and hit the subscription button and hit the thumbs up button to support the channel. You dig? Before I get started, I just want to let y'all know I'm not a guru. I'm not claiming that I'm better than anybody. I'm not claiming that I'm at the top of my peak or where I'm supposed to be at. I'm still on the grind. It's always a grind to get better every day. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So this is part one, you dig? So before we can get into self-improvement, we got to understand what it means to be self-improving. Okay, so what is self-improvement? Let us first define self-improvement. The definition of self-improvement is straightforward. Self-improvement is a process of improving your knowledge, status, or character through your own effort in all aspects, right? Through your own effort. Self-improvement has to do with you. So nobody else is going to do it for you. You got to realize what you're lacking, what you're, inventing in, and then you got to make sure you put that puzzle piece to where it needs to be at. You dig? All right. So as a man, you can't wait for nothing to happen for you. You can't wait for the government to do something for you, especially the government, right? A lot of people are counting on the presidents and the Congress and the whoever you elect. I'm not even into politics, so I can't even tell you what's going on, but you can't rely on those people to change your life, because they're never going to change your life. The only person that's going to change your life is you, and you only. Now, if you're sitting down and waiting for that to happen, it's not going to happen. So take this ultimate guide as a first step to do what you need to do. All right. So to even engage in self-improvement, you got to stop lying to yourself. The reason why you haven't even started is because you feel good. Well, you might not even feel good, but you feel okay with where you're at, right? You think it's okay to be wherever you're at. For example, right, I put a couple examples here to give you, to really get you to understand what it means when I say that you're lying to yourself, right? Like, if you want to lose weight, you might claim that you're eating healthy, but in reality, your eating habit haven't changed very much. You're listening to all these gurus online telling you that all calories are the same, right? You're trying to be healthier, but you're still eating McDonald's because, it's under my calorie deficit. I'm still trying to, no, shut the hell up. Now, if you're not serious about it, all right, you're lying to yourself that you're improving. You're not really improving. To be fully healthy, if you want to lose weight, you got to be able to focus on the macros too. You got to know that protein is what holds muscle when you're losing weight. You can't be eating all carbs, all fat. You feel me? So that just means that you got to dive a little bit deeper into the fitness, the lessons, the actual good content that's going to get you to realize how to self-improve in that aspect, right? In that field. Next example, if you want to be more creative, you might say that you're trying to write more, but in reality, you aren't holding yourself to a rigid publishing schedule. Right. And I'm a victim of this sometimes. Right. I tell myself that I want to be better at making videos, but I don't practice as much as I need to. I want to be able to make videos every day, but I just don't. Sometimes I don't. With life going on, sometimes I just don't get the chance to do it. But that's just me lying to myself, because in reality, I do have the chance. Right. Like I said, I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest. I'm still self-improving. But with consistency, this will turn into a habit that I don't need to be forcing myself to do. You feel me? Self-improving. If you want to learn a new language, you might say that you have been consistent with your practice, even though you skipped last night to watch television. All right. How many times have you been okay with that? Oh, I'm gonna just skip a day. I'll make it up tomorrow. With anything. All right. That day you're skipping is not just a day. All right. What you're doing is telling yourself it's okay to skip a day. Telling yourself it's okay to lay down here when you know you got to do something, right? It's telling yourself it's okay to push this away. I'm going to just do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're going to do the same thing. All right. You can't let that slide, right? You're lying to yourself. Let's stop lying to ourselves. This is part one. Let's get into it. So signs that you need self-improvement. You probably don't even know you need self-improvement. Some of y'all are just okay with what's going on in your life. So if you're feeling static, right? If you feel a little static, or not learning anything new, or being pushed, or generally quite bored with your job, then it's time to focus on your self-improvement. That's self-explanatory. Your confidence is weak. If you're lacking confidence in yourself or certain abilities about the workplace, dating, it's time to focus on your self-improvement. This is a big one, right? And this is generally when guys start trying to focus on themselves because they find it harder to communicate with girls, or they just find it harder to just, have an intimate relationship with a girl. So they want to better themselves. They want to learn how to do it. And then sometimes it's through searching for a girl that guys start to level up. You say it is what it is, right? You're feeling overwhelmed. If your life work balance is slightly out of whack and you're feeling overwhelmed, then it might be time to focus on your self-development. And this part right here is mainly about, letting go of stuff, right? Cutting some stuff out and really giving yourself time, giving yourself space, putting yourself as a priority. It's all part of self-improvement. So if you're feeling any type of these signs, man, it's definitely time for you to get into that self-improvement. So here's what you need to do. And I have, I think, 5 lessons in this guide, but I'm just going to go for number 1 for part 1. You feel me? So first thing you need to do, and if you're doing this, you got to stop any forms of drugs or alcohol. You dig? You can't be, I added a thing for weed, right? When I was in high school and college playing ball as well. It was just a recreational thing that we did when we was bored, or when we had a game after a game and we just want to chill, relax, or when you're hanging out with a girl, you bring out the weed just to like set the mood or whatever. I was never a drinker, and I never did one of these hardcore drugs here. I've never touched none of those. And I don't mess with alcohol. It was just weed at the time, and I don't smoke weed anymore. It's been a long time since I smoked weed, but like I said, man, weed is something we did when we was bored. Marijuana and all these drugs here, man, they're just things that makes you feel okay with being bored. And at this stage of your life, you don't need to be bored. You don't need to be filling your bored time with drugs, because ultimately you're not getting nowhere, right? And if you're feeling depressed and you think that this is going to make you feel better, it's not. And you already heard what it does. You know what it does. I don't need to explain to you what it does to the body. But like I said over here, you know why you need to stop. All right? I don't need to explain why this is bad. You already know why it's bad. You could be losing hella money. You could be looking tired as hell. Your physical health is deteriorating. Your relationship with your girlfriend, parents have been dying, or your own personality have been dying just because of this. You already know what it's affecting you. And if you're watching this, you know that you need to stop. So chances are, if you're watching this video, there's something that you're lacking or need to start doing in your life. Drugs would do this to you, right? I remember I used to smoke a blunt, right? As soon as I hit the blunt, I start feeling bad because I know I'm not supposed to be smoking this shit. I know that this shit isn't. I gotta stop someday. So it's like it was like I was addicted to it, but at the same time I didn't want to do it. So I was stuck in the middle, and honestly, how did I stop smoking weed? It just happened by luck. I wish maybe if I really think about it, I can give you a step-by-step guide on how to stop smoking weed or how to stop drugs or alcohol. But for me, it just happened out of nowhere. I was trying for time to time. There'll be a time I quit. I'll throw everything out. I'll quit, and then the next day I'm back calling my plug up, trying to get some more. You feel me? It was like a constant effort, but it was just a point where I was too tired. Everything was just my money was gone. I was too tired. It was just like I just reached the end of the road, and I was just like, look, man, I gotta just stop this. And ever since I haven't touched it, and I feel a whole lot better. And when I see people smoking, man, it just makes me feel sad. I mean, at least people that don't have anything going on right now. If you are already successful, I guess you do what you got to do. You feel me? I would still stay away from these alcohol too, but and probably weed too. If you're successful, man, do what you gotta do, but not these right here, okay? And I put right here that just because celebs do it don't mean it's good for you. My friends used to say this all the time. Cause I was always the guy that was like, look, even though we're doing this right now, we're smoking right now, we have a problem because we can't stop. And he would always say, oh man, you're tripping because look, There's people in the NFL smoking weed. There's people in the NBA still smoking weed, and they're still performing well. But the difference between us and them is that they're already at a spot where, look, if they retire, they can still be good, right? Invest their money, they'll still be good, be able to take care of their family, be able to still be successful. If you're on the grind, man, it's not good. It makes you okay with being bored. That's not good at all, because you're supposed to be spending time making yourself better. So first step is to stop any form of drugs or alcohol. And I put this here, man. This is Grant Cardone. I used to love Grant, and I still love Grant Cardone, but one of the videos that really resonated with me was the one that he was talking to himself. He made a video on what he would tell himself if he was 20 years old, right? What advice would he give to his 20-year-old self? And his number one advice, his first thing he said, was to stop all forms of drugs. Stop any forms of drug, whatever he thinks it is. And in fact, I might just link that video beneath this video. But look, if you're doing drugs, if you're drinking alcohol, just know it's not helping you out. And I know you're saying right now that, oh, everybody is different. It affects everybody differently. But look, bro, you was not born with a blunt in your hand, right? You can drink water. Water is good for you. We all know that, but it's controversial to say that weed is good for you, right? That's a controversy. We're going back and forth with it. It's not something that everybody can agree on. So if that's the case, then most likely it's not good for you. Like, you don't ever hear nobody talking about orange juice isn't good for you, or it's bad for you, or water is bad, or food is bad for you. Right? I mean, yeah, some food are bad for you, and that's when you really look at it and be like, okay, maybe that's not good for me. But anyways, this is part one of the self-improvement guide, ultimate self-improvement guide. If you enjoy this topic and then ready for part two, go ahead and hit the subscription button, and it'll be a win-win for both of us. And if you're returning and we've met before, I thank you for sticking along and watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.